Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a nice day.
Nice day.
What would you like to talk about?
What would I like to talk about? I had this conversation last night with somebody, and they were complaining about their day and how they just have bad ones, and it's, they said, happening to me, as if they didn't have control over what they were experiencing during the day. And so I asked them, well, how do you set your intention for the day in the morning? And they gave me this blank stare, like they didn't understand. And so it got me thinking that you and I set up our day. We have our intention, what we want to accomplish. We create a platform. And I think most people don't. And this person didn't even understand that they had control over what they were going to experience that day.
Yeah, I think, I've dealt with this in lots of capacities in my past lives in terms of consulting and businesses and setting things in motion. And I've asked that question a number of times of people. What do you want, and how do you know when you get it, and how do you know where it is to go after it? And I think a lot of people that's too much of a concept. Mm-hmm. And there's probably a lot of you that are listening that, you have your lists, you know what you're doing, you kind of get up. What I have found that has always worked the best for me, and there's clear periods where I just spaced it, it just, whatever my life was, it got lost in it. But when I look back, those points where I didn't do this were not as efficient and successful as when I did. And what I simply do, and what I've watched other people who are successful do, is they make lists to start with. But one of the pieces of it is, how do you go from one day to the next? So let's say you've got your list today and you don't get it all done. Rather than being frustrated with it didn't get all done, at the end of the day, you move what was not done to the next day. And you basically set it in motion. What is the piece you're going to do first? There's some things that you can't accomplish, even though you intend to, is I make a phone call and they didn't call me back. But that just kind of stays in limbo or in motion until the phone call comes back, and it then engages on the list again. But it's, what didn't do, what do you want your day to look like tomorrow, and then do your day and review again at the end of the day.
And there are many, many apps that do that, keep track of your time in your calendar, and just simply making a list. But everyone makes lists. I mean, if you're working or you have your own business, you have to make lists. Otherwise, you're just scrambling.
Well, there's a difference in terms of a list and a clear intention. And so you got a clear intention on 5 or 6 situations you're working on, and you get really clear, this is where I want to be at the end of this day or the end of this week, this is what I have to do. And so you kind of organize it in such a way that you do it, and then you do until you can't do it anymore. Mm-hmm. The phone didn't come back, and then you move to the next piece. But I watch a lot of people, especially in today's digital age, it's like, how long do you sit and stare at your computer waiting for the next email to show up that you don't even know where it's coming from, and yet that's what happens in this digital space.
Well, and I think with this person, they could just kind of stumble into their day without setting the energy.
Yeah.
And so setting, like there's 2 separate things here. One is lists and organizing your to-dos, and the other one is, how do you set the tone for the day you're about to step into?
Right. Well, one of the things too, particularly this conversation is really relevant right now, because all these shifts in energy, there's 2 things that are happening. One is all the stuff you don't want to deal with is all coming to the surface to be let go of. But the other side of it is, what do you want? Mm-hmm. And everything is, as you begin to really play at this, everything comes to you. And so in this space of setting your intention and really what do you want, let the universe work for you in this case. And so what is it you want? Get really clear about it. Make your list if it is, and then do what you say you're going to do to get it accomplished the next day. Again, some things don't get accomplished, move them to the next day, but stay focused on that. What is your intention?
Well, and the intention goes beyond lists and what you're going to accomplish. How do I want to feel today?
What do you want to experience at the end of the day? How do you, can you allow yourself, this is another part of it, people do a piece of work and it's like, okay, I got that done, now what's next? And there's no celebration. There's no, good job. Yeah, there's no sense of success. So it's really a place of stepping back and saying, all right, has everything that I've done in my life to get me to this place really worked in the way that I would have liked it to work? If I could do it again, would I do it differently? Without having to really answer that question, there's things that I want in front of me. Will I do them differently, or will I do what I've always done and get what I've always got?
Right.
So, this is just a conversation like always.
Well, a few weeks ago, we talked about something, and we came up with this everyday tools phrase. And so there is an everyday tool, a tool that we can use every day that would help set the intention for just that day. And it's not just lists, it's how do I want to feel? And so that platform of words, choosing 3 words.
Absolutely. So how do I want to feel, and how do I want to enter into my day? Some of it is certain and capable, some of it is with amusement and laughter. So it really is, what is it that you want to experience? How do you want to experience it? And it's not the new Mercedes as much as it is, at the end of the day, I enjoyed myself. And as you start to put that into this whole next 10-year period, which is really a chunk that's going to be filled with lots of adjustments and challenges and massive amount of opportunities, how do you choose? Do you get concerned about what's in front of you and is this going to be a problem, or do you just start to say, this is how I want it to work? And the universe is right now really opening up the opportunity for people who can focus on, this is how I want it to work.
Jim, talk a little bit about creating that platform of words to start the day. So first, let me just share with everybody what I do. So just, it may work for other people. So right at the beginning of the day, before I step into work, I find my quiet place and I decide 2 things. What words do I want to experience that day? So ease, accomplishment, freedom, just whatever words pop up. And I create, this is going to sound silly, that mixture, what color is that mixture? And so blue, turquoise blue. And so I take that color and I put it on the top of my head and I just let it fill up my body, turquoise blue or whatever the color is. And then I think about what do I want to feel at the end of the day? And so in that quiet place, I imagine what the end of the day is, and kind of be at the end of the day, not like leave my body and go into the future, but how will that feel at the end of the day?
Yeah, and in that point alone, all you have to really do is close your eyes and be at the end of your day. It's not a time travel. It's not a, like, it's too far away. It really is just be there. Be at sitting on your bed saying, how did I do? And what do you want that to feel like? And there's even another piece at a step at the beginning of this, and it's that space where you wake up and this is going to be a great day,
yes,
or, oh no, I got to go to work. How do you choose? And so if you can begin to get into the habit of, this is going to be a great day, I'm really going to enjoy myself, and then step out of bed in that structure of energetics, the opportunity to hold on to something is greater than, oh, I have to go to work and never thinking about it's going to be a great day.
Right, grumble.
Yeah. So I think the main reason we're talking about this is these changes are going to be very big, and opportunistically they are huge. So can you step into a place and have for yourself what it is you really want to create?
With intention.
With intention. So that was good.
That was good.
Okay. hope that's helpful for everybody else.